What's going on, everybody? It's Wes. Yes, we're going to play some Dead Rising 2 Case Zero. If you don't know what that is, it's the demo that they released for Dead Rising on Xbox 360, but it served as a prequel to the second game. So it's kind of like, episode 0 or whatever, and then you would start with your level experience and all that. That would carry over into Dead Rising 2. So something that I have always advocated for is for the Case Zero, Dead Rising 2, and then the epilogue, which was Case West, where Frank and Chuck team up to uncover the greater conspiracy, which I always thought was cool because essentially, um, to get that ending, I guess technically, if I remember correct, you would have to get a bad ending where Chuck seemingly is going to not make it, and he's separated from his daughter. So it's kind of interesting, like twist on things, like um, you wouldn't ordinarily get that ending, I guess, if you beat the game and you got a good ending or whatever. Like, I don't want to spoil the story too much, but I just always thought it was interesting that um, that the Case West kind of went in that direction. It was kind of like um, you had to it picked up after one of the bad endings. So that's kind of another thing I wanted to talk about. Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. I don't know why I can't talk today. I didn't sleep very well last night. Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster is coming out in a couple months. It's July, so August, September, so 2 months. Um, I think it's 2 months and 2 days. Anyway, I fully suspect that Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster is going to do well, and I'm very hopeful that we're going to get a Dead Rising 2 Deluxe Remaster. Having said that, I think that what Capcom should seriously consider, and I hope that there's no legal bullshit that is still surrounding this. I hope that's not the case. But what I've said, and I've said this for years, what they really need to do with the Dead Rising 2 Deluxe Remaster, which I'm very hopeful that that's going to happen, I want them to package everything together so it's like one story, right? Have Case Zero be the beginning of the game, and then that goes to 2, and then you have Case West. But I hope that they really consider tweaking things a little bit. Like, you have to get a specific ending in Case Zero to get to Dead Rising 2, and then you would have to get a specific ending to get Case West. So the lead to Dead Rising 2 would be the good ending for Case Zero, but then the Dead Rising 2, if you follow the story in a Case West, would be technically, I guess, getting one of the bad endings, which I always thought was kind of interesting. So I don't want to go too much into spoilers, but Capcom, if you're watching this or if you want any kind of feedback on Dead Rising 2 Deluxe Remaster, which I know a lot of people are excited at the prospect of that, please, 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 let's put Case Zero, Dead Rising 2, and Case West, and then just combine all of those together and make one amazing game. And I would even argue, like you could um, kind of take things a little further and maybe like um, add more to the story and the gameplay and stuff like that. I mean, there's the possibilities are endless. So we're looking for some Zombrex for Katie. Katie is Chuck's daughter. She's younger in this. This is like 2 years, I believe, before they get to, where they get to, what is it? Fortune City. That's right. So there's a lot of things that they introduce in the second game that were not present in the first game. Like if you drink too much alcohol, you'll throw up, and then zombies can slip on that, and it's gross. So. Okay, my sound was doing something weird there. I wasn't sure what was going on. Anyway, so it's probably better to play this on a later Xbox console, but for nostalgia purposes, we're going back and playing playing it on the 360. So there's a lot of really cool things that they added in Dead Rising. The company Blue Castle Games, which would eventually become Capcom Vancouver, they had to use their own engine and basically recreate Dead Rising from scratch. So I didn't realize until, I don't know, years after the game came out that MT Framework was in Japanese, so they couldn't use that to create Dead Rising 2, so they had to use their own engine. So anyway, they've added a lot to the gameplay, and Case Zero, in my opinion, I feel like I think it's my favorite part of Dead Rising 2. I think it's just something that... There's something about it that is just... It's just a nice, solid story. And it reminds me a lot of Full Throttle in a way, if you guys ever played any like old LucasArts games. Off of me. That's kind of like something that I think that's why I probably like it so much. Like it reminds me of like the middle part of Full Throttle, where you're like having to put your bike back together and get all the parts and stuff. So yeah, in the second game you've got, I don't think they have this in the first game, but in the second game you've got the execution camera, which is a really nice touch. I don't know, I don't even remember where the Zombrex is. And in my opinion, this outfit for Chuck is like the most iconic outfit. I wish that I really wish that they allowed you to wear this outfit in the second game. Like, Capcom, please, if you're listening, please, if you make Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered 2, whatever, please put this outfit in the game. So, going back to Dead Rising 2 and what they added, a lot of people favor the second game because it has co-op, and a lot of people were asking Capcom to add co-op into Dead Rising 2 Deluxe Remaster. I'm about to die. So it doesn't look like they're going to do that. It looks like they're just kind of remastering the first game, remastered, remixed, whatever you want to call it. I think there's some. I think there's some in there. Oh, I forgot. I've got the painkiller, and I forgot I have a 50 caliber sniper rifle. So I've kind of been, my brain's just kind of been going all over the place thinking about Dead Rising lately because of the announcement of the remaster of the first game. But good grief, you know, a lot of people are interested in. I think just climb up. A lot of people are interested in Capcom remastering the second game because of the co-op was so good. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. This is such a hard jump to make. I don't know why. You have to like wait till the last second to jump or something. There we go. Good grief. It's feeling like a jerk. Anyway, so I think there's some somewhere around here. Anyway, so what I was thinking about is, you know, essentially I feel like Capcom's gonna have to remake not remake, but like they're probably not gonna use the same engine whenever they get to the point where they're remastering 2. I feel like 2 would probably make more money than the first game because of the co-op aspect of it. Because people are just, you know, really hungry for co-op games, it seems like lately. So anyway, oh, was that a black cab on it? Nice. Forgot about that. So I think you can jump. I don't think you can jump over there, but you can jump onto that and then go across that walkway. There we go. The jumping in this game is so weird sometimes. What is that? Is that a pickaxe? I don't think I've ever... I don't know if I've ever noticed that before. Interesting. I don't know what's over here. I think there's a revolver around here somewhere, if I remember correctly. Is that... That's where I just was. Can you jump up there? I don't think you can. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So, co-op in Dead Rising 2, a lot of people are, you know, anxious to get back to that, you know, in a remastered form. And I was thinking about, you know, since the second game had co-op, that was Cup. I'm thinking of Transformers. That was Chuck and Chuck. So first player was Chuck, second player was also Chuck, and it was like a clone or whatever. But I was thinking maybe in this situation they could give you the option. So instead of you just being Chuck, you know, maybe you could unlock new, you know, different co-op characters, like maybe Rebecca, the reporter that's in Dead Rising 2, Rebecca Chang. And I totally forgot about her until somebody mentioned it the other day. maybe we could unlock her. Maybe at some point we could also unlock Frank. And then I honestly like I would probably combine Off the Record and Dead Rising 2, or like make it some sort of like DLC or something like that, you know, like an expansion of sorts. I don't know. I think combining the two just seems to make a lot of sense in some form or fashion. It just seems like a good deal. So the reason I came over here was because this is one of the first things you want to do. You want to come to the gun shop and then unlock this door, and now you can kind of come in here whenever you want. So this definitely makes things a lot easier, and I am not doing that great. Nice. You get some more drinks. So anyway, yeah. What do you guys think that they should add to Dead Rising 2 Remaster? Because I feel like it's inevitable. And the co-op thing I think would be pretty huge, like unlocking, co-op partners and stuff like that. I don't think they should automatically give Frank. I think that that should be something that you unlock. Maybe after you beat Case West or something like that. So beyond that, I think adding new combo weapons probably is like a no-brainer, right? I think it would be neat if they picked up Dead Rising 2, right? And then I feel like I'm not getting much accomplished here. They pick up Dead Rising 2, start with Case Zero, that leads into to the main game, and then to Case West. And then I think it would be really neat if they did some sort of a bridge, like maybe since Katie's so young in Case Zero, right? And then she's a couple years older when the second game comes. And then maybe like have a story where Chuck gets separated from Katie and then he's trying to find her, something like that. I think that could be really interesting. Because we kind of see the fallout from Katie and her father, in the third game. And I don't know if they're going to redo the third game. I feel like that's kind of up in the air. If they do, I would imagine that, they probably would change some things. Because they're already kind of changing things with the first game, but I guess we're just going to kind of have to wait and see. I don't know. Oh, gosh. I cannot remember where the Zombrex is. So we're going to find the Zombrex, and then that's probably where we're going to end this first episode. But have a kind of like a, case, whatever, case. I don't even know how many cases there are in Dead Rising 2, but like have a... Well, you got Case West, which is the epilogue, the ending. Maybe there's like a Case Katie or something like that. And then we have a situation like Still Creek here. Oh, I think it's over here. That's right. Oh, gosh. Where Chuck's like kind of traveling and he's trying to find Katie. Maybe he hits like a couple of small towns or small areas or whatever, and he's kind of like traveling, trying to find or meet up with what's her name? I can't remember her name. Stacy. And you get like little small segments where he's like riding his bike or driving some kind of a car, and like a sort of a road trip kind of thing where you're hitting like Still Creek esque towns, you know, or just like making little stops along the way. So I don't know. I think that could be really cool because I definitely think like I don't know. It would be neat if like if you could play like the games led into each other, kind of affected each other. I love it when games do that. Like the ending you get in Dead Rising 1, maybe that could somehow affect your save file in Dead Rising 2. And then Dead Rising 2 is kind of like broken up into different chunks, which I'm hoping, obviously, you know, that they remake those or, you know, combine all that stuff together into one game and one experience. But I just think it'd be interesting, like, you know, different paths that you could take lead you to different endings. Like, maybe you don't get the Case West ending, and then maybe you're, you know, you kind of escape with Katie, and then if they did make a Dead Rising 3, like, they end up staying together or whatever, you know, and they're not separated for years. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot probably to think about for Capcom, but I want this shirt that Chuck has. I've got some baseball shirts that are like that with the black sleeves and the orange chest. I've been meaning to make some for years, but
Yeah, I can fix this.
and that's another thing. Like, I'm very much okay with them taking liberties with you know, the first game and then also the second game, and really fleshing out those experiences and expanding them, because there's no question that they're going to add, you know, weapons and costumes. They've already shown the costumes that they're going to add to the first game. So, and that was something that I really loved about the second game, is that you know, you get like the ninja costume and then the commando costume and all that. So we got the Zombrex. I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode there. We are playing both Dead Rising 1 and Dead Rising 2 kind of simultaneously. So if you guys are interested in checking out the playthrough on that, that's on the channel. And thanks everybody for watching. Look forward to more Dead Rising news and, you know, more playthroughs on the channel. I'm really excited about, you know, the future of Dead Rising again, and if you guys want to kind of play along and start talking about the games and you know, kind of create a conversation, I think that could be really cool. So have a great day everybody, and I will see you in the next one.